Welcome to another Mandatory Mental Liberation Series book overview episode, produced by Baba Jalani Bamani Dembe, founder of Majestic Mind Matters University. I'm your royal narrator, Queen Magical Melanin, for this new episode titled The Autobiography of Malcolm X by Malcolm X and Alex Haley. The Autobiography of Malcolm X is a compelling and thought-provoking account of the life of one of the most influential civil rights leaders in American history. Written by Malcolm X himself with the help of author Alex Haley, the book provides readers with a fascinating glimpse into the struggles, triumphs, and transformation of a man who went from a troubled youth to a revered figure in the fight for racial equality. Born Malcolm Little, Malcolm X, later el-hajj-malik-el-shabazz in 1925, Malcolm X, later known as el-hajj-malik-el-shabazz, grew up in a world filled with racism and oppression. His father was killed when he was young, and his mother struggled to provide for her 8 children. Malcolm's early experiences with racism and poverty shaped his worldview and fueled his desire to fight against the injustices he faced. As a young man, Malcolm X, later known as el-hajj-malik-el-shabazz, fell into a life of crime and was eventually arrested and sentenced to prison. It was during his time in prison that he discovered the teachings of the Nation of Islam and embraced the religion that would change his life forever. The teachings of the Nation of Islam, with its emphasis on self-reliance and Black empowerment, resonated with Malcolm X, later known as el-hajj-malik-el-shabazz, and inspired him to turn his life around. After his release from prison, Malcolm X, later known as el-hajj-malik-el-shabazz, became a prominent figure in the Nation of Islam, preaching a message of self-respect and Black pride. He quickly rose through the ranks of the organization and became one of its most influential and outspoken leaders. His fiery speeches and uncompromising stance against racism made him a polarizing figure in American society, but also garnered him a large following of supporters who admired his courage and dedication to the cause. Throughout his life, Malcolm X, later known as el-hajj-malik-el-shabazz, underwent a profound transformation, both personally and politically. He began to question some of the teachings of the Nation of Islam and eventually split from the organization to form his own group, Muslim Mosque Incorporated. He also embarked on a pilgrimage to Mecca, where he had a transformative experience that led him to embrace a more inclusive and humanitarian view of Islam. Malcolm X, born Malcolm Little in 1925, later known as el-hajj-malik-el-shabazz, was a prominent figure in the civil rights movement of the 1960s. Throughout his life and career, his views on race, religion, and activism underwent significant changes and evolutions. Adopting the beliefs and teachings of the Nation of Islam, he initially espoused a message of Black separatism, Black empowerment, and self-defense. However, as he experienced personal growth and a broader understanding of the world, his perspective shifted towards a more inclusive and universal approach to racial equality and social justice. In the early stages of his activism, Malcolm X, later known as el-hajj-malik-el-shabazz, was a strong advocate for the separatist ideology of the Nation of Islam. As a member and leader within the organization, he promoted the idea of establishing a separate nation for melanin-rich people stolen from Alkebulan. Today, the continent is called Africa for melanin-rich culture people born in America, due to chattel enslavement. This belief was rooted in the belief that white society was truly racist and oppressive, and that melanin-rich people born in America needed to create our own institutions and communities in order to thrive and protect ourselves from white supremacy. His views on race, however, began to evolve as he embarked on a pilgrimage to Mecca in 1964. During this trip, he had a transformative experience that challenged his previous notions of race and identity. He encountered Muslims of all races and ethnicities praying together in harmony, and he was struck by the universal brotherhood and equality that he witnessed. This experience led him to embrace a more inclusive and universal vision of racial unity, in which people of all races could come together to fight against oppression and injustice. In a famous speech upon his return from Mecca, Malcolm X, later known as el-hajj-malik-el-shabazz, declared that he no longer believed in the separatist ideology of the Nation of Islam. He stated, "I may be wrong, but I believe that I have found the solution to the race problem," emphasizing the need for unity and cooperation among all people, regardless of race or religion. This marked a significant shift in his views on race, as he began to see the common humanity that binds all people together, regardless of skin color or background. In terms of religion, his evolution was also profound. Initially a devout follower of the Nation of Islam and its leader, Elijah Muhammad, Malcolm X, later known as el-hajj-malik-el-shabazz, eventually broke away from the organization due to ideological differences and personal disillusionment. He embraced Sunni Islam and adopted the name el-hajj-malik-el-shabazz, signifying his pilgrimage to Mecca and his newfound spiritual beliefs. El-hajj-malik-el-shabazz views on activism also underwent a transformation throughout his life. Initially focused on melanin-rich people empowerment and self-defense, he eventually shifted towards a more nonviolent and inclusive approach to social change. He became a leading voice in the struggle for civil rights and racial equality, advocating for peaceful protest and dialogue as a means of achieving justice and equality for all. Here are 4 key factors that influenced el-hajj-malik-el-shabazz shift in beliefs regarding the concept of white allies in the struggle for racial equality. 1. Personal experiences. His experiences with white individuals, particularly during his time as a member of the Nation of Islam, reinforced his belief in the inherent racism and oppression by white people. However, after leaving the Nation of Islam and embarking on a pilgrimage to Mecca, he encountered white Muslims who treated him with respect and equality, leading him to reconsider his views on race. 2. Interactions with civil rights activists. El-hajj-malik-el-shabazz. Interactions with civil rights activists, both white and black, we were referred to during that time period, also played a role in his evolving views on race relations. He saw individuals of all races coming together to fight for racial equality and recognized the importance of cross-cultural collaboration in the struggle for justice. 3. Changing political landscape. The changing political landscape in the 1960s, marked by the rise of the civil rights movement and increasing calls for racial integration and unity, also influenced el-hajj-malik-el-shabazz's shift in beliefs. He saw the potential for coalition building and saw the value of forming alliances with individuals of all races in the fight against systemic racism. 4. Personal growth and self-reflection. As el-hajj-malik-el-shabazz continued to study and reflect on issues of race and justice, he began to question his earlier beliefs and consider the potential for solidarity among individuals of different races. His personal growth and evolving understanding of race relations ultimately led him to embrace the idea of white allies in the struggle for racial equality. Tragically, Malcolm X's life was cut short when he was assassinated in 1965, but his legacy lived on in the hearts and minds of those who followed in his footsteps. The Autobiography of Malcolm X is a powerful testament to his enduring influence and impact on the civil rights movement. Through his own words, readers are able to gain insight into the life of a complex and dynamic individual who fought tirelessly for justice and equality. In conclusion, el-hajj-malik-el-shabazz's views on race, religion, and activism evolved significantly over the course of his life and career. From a staunch advocate of black separatism to a proponent of racial unity and inclusivity, Malcolm X's journey reflects a deep commitment to personal growth, self-discovery, and social change. His legacy continues to inspire generations of activists and organizers who seek to build a more just and equitable society for all. The Autobiography of Malcolm X is a must-read for anyone interested in the history of civil rights in America. El-hajj-malik-el-shabazz's journey from a troubled youth to a respected leader is a testament to the power of perseverance, self-discovery, and the importance of fighting against injustice. His story is a reminder that change is possible, even in the face of overwhelming obstacles, and that the fight for equality is a struggle worth pursuing. el-hajj-malik-el-shabazz, also known as Malcolm X's legacy, continues to inspire generations of activists and advocates for social change, making his autobiography a timeless and invaluable contribution to the conversation on race, politics, and social justice. I'm Queen Magical Melanin. We trust that you have expanded your understanding through the insights shared by Baba Jelani Bomani Dembe of Majestic Mind Matters University in our mandatory mental liberation series. Specifically in this book overview titled, The Autobiography of Malcolm X by Malcolm X and Alex Haley. Remember, it is essential to honor the ancestors. We have a unique connection to the ancestors. They endured struggles, preserved culture, and passed down invaluable wisdom through generations. By honoring the ancestors, we pay tribute to our roots and draw great strength and inspiration from the resilience and legacy that have paved the way for our present and future generations. Ancestral reverence is a powerful way for us to uphold our identity, heritage, and cultural legacy. If you think you are too small to make a difference, you have not spent the night with a mosquito. Strive for self-awareness, always treat yourself kindly, and live a fulfilling life.